Did you ever experience where after a really strong winning streak, and I mean the type where everything just clicks, something in you shifts? You trade one trade too big, you start hesitating, and suddenly you're giving back all of your profits. It's like the moment that you hit your stride, something inside you can't handle it. And a lot of traders will put this down to overconfidence or a lack of discipline. And the reality is actually a little bit different. Just like the thermostat on a heating system, it's actually your subconscious pulling you back to your set point. I'm Sheehy-Kelly, and in this video, we're decoding the psychology behind blowing up after a winning streak. Because until you understand exactly what's happening, then all of your attempts to fix it are going to fall short. So let's unpack what's really happening under the surface. You start the week or month feeling really dialed in. You're calm, focused, confident, you're executing perfectly. But then as the profits begin to accumulate, something changes. You start second guessing. You change your entries. You take one trade that you really shouldn't be taking, and suddenly within a few sessions, that equity curve collapses. This isn't bad luck or a mistake. It's a repeating pattern for many high-performance traders. It's one of the most frustrating trading psychology challenges because you have a tangible track record of success. So you know without a doubt that the only thing that's blocking you from sustaining a higher level of profit is actually you. The common explanation for sabotaging yourself out of a winning streak is just that you became overconfident. And the common piece of advice that people offer is just focus on your process, the execution of your plan. And if that groundbreaking piece of advice was actually helpful, you wouldn't be watching this video. Because yes, of course the answer is to just focus on the execution of your plan, but that doesn't do justice to how hard that actually is in practice. So I'm about to explain 3 of the most common root causes for blowing up a winning streak. Because when you truly understand what's driving this self-sabotage, then you can use effective and tailored mental training tools to overcome it. So that next time you hit a winning streak, it's a sign of having graduated to a higher level in your trading, as opposed to a lucky run that's inevitably going to end in disappointment and a smaller trading account. But as ever on this channel, we're not about surface level solutions. I want to equip you with the mental infrastructure to decode exactly why this is happening in your trading. And to do that, I'm going to use my 4 arenas of high performance framework. And if you've been around this channel, you'll know that these 4 arenas represent the 4 battlegrounds that every trader is operating in: the mental, the physical, the emotional subconscious, and the energetic spiritual. And if you're blowing up after a winning streak, it means that you're losing the battle in one or several of these arenas. So let's take a look at the 3 most common root causes of blowing up after a winning streak. And you might relate to all of these on some level, but usually there's one that will stand out and really hit home for you. Common root cause of blowing up after a winning streak, number 1, overconfidence. And you might be thinking, but wait, Creda, you just said that wasn't the real reason. Well, it's a factor, but it actually manifests differently to how most people explain it. You might start to feel the emotion of extreme confidence as you stack up win after win. And so logically, you might think that it's the emotion itself that's driving the self-sabotage. But it's actually not the emotion that's the problem. It's the significance that your subconscious mind is attaching to the wins. In the physical arena, you're losing the battle. You build up your winning streak, and then you start taking the actions that will flush that progress down the drain. You start sizing up unnecessarily. You change your risk-reward ratio. You start holding on to losing trades too long, moving stops. Physically, your body might be in a state of high excitement and adrenaline, and this becomes a reinforcing loop where you seek more dopamine and more stimulation to keep those feel-good endorphins flowing, leading to greater impulsivity and risk-taking. In the mental arena, you're also losing the battle. Your thought process becomes skewed towards inflated self-belief. Based on your recent winning experiences, you start to believe that your skill level now warrants deviating a little bit from your plan and bending the rules. You start giving yourself excuses and making exceptions as to why this is the trade where if you just bend those rules a little bit, you can keep the winning streak going. In the emotional subconscious arena, yes, you're probably feeling the emotion of heightened confidence, but that's only half the story. Your subconscious mind is now equating your trading results with your self-worth. So a winning trade is now no longer just about increasing your profit, depositing more money into your trading account. It's actually reflecting on your inherent value as a person. When you start a pattern of winning, each successive winning trade reinforces the idea that you're growing in worth as a person, not just as a trader. This feels validating at a deep core level. So much so that in order to keep this sense of validation alive, you start to mentally make exceptions as to why it's okay to bend the rules. Spiritually and energetically, you're losing the battle. Your energetic frequency is anchored in lack. You're operating on the energetic frequency that there is some deficit in your inherent worth as a person that needs to be resolved through external validation, winning trades, and success. So to summarize, the first common root cause of blowing up a winning streak that we've identified is equating your trading results with your self-worth due to a subconscious pattern and energetic wiring that says that you are not enough. If you're a serious trader, someone who's put in the screen time, refined your edge, and knows exactly what you should be doing, but you still struggle to consistently execute it, then I have something for you. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not a motivational mindset pep talk or a quick fix course. It's an advanced mental conditioning system designed for traders who've outgrown surface level advice and who are ready to master the mental and emotional side of elite execution. I built this system based on almost 2 decades of performance coaching, and that's why I can 100% stand behind the transformational power of this container. If that's you, if you're ready to trade at the level that you know you're truly capable of, you can get started today. Just click the link that's appearing now, or you'll find it in the pinned comment and the description box below. And I'll see you inside. Go deep to level up your trading. All right, let's move into the second root cause of blowing up a winning streak, your wealth identity set point. You're blowing up your winning streaks because your subconscious mind only feels safe enough holding a certain amount of wealth. Your identity, your internal set point for prosperity, determines how much wealth you can actually sustain. And this identity becomes the set point to which your bank account and your trading account will revert to, no matter how many winning streaks you hit. Again, you're losing the battle across 4 different arenas, but the battle may look quite different in each arena. In the physical arena, you're deviating from your trading plan and breaking your rules. Maybe you're increasing your size too quickly, you're taking low quality setups, or maybe you're going the complete opposite direction and you're hesitating to take trades, or you're jumping out of winning trades too soon. In the mental arena, you may be acutely aware that you're approaching a ceiling in your trading account size or your profitability that you haven't yet been able to crack. And as you approach this threshold, the pressure increases. You're thinking things like, is this pattern going to repeat again? Or is this finally going to be the time that I break through the block and get to the next level? Or you might be thinking, I've banked up this profit now, and the most important thing now is to hold on to it. I can't lose it again. I can't give it back to the market. Doubts are starting to creep into your thought process. In the emotional subconscious arena, you might be feeling fear about the thought of losing or giving the money back, excitement about banking all this profit, paired with the anxiety at the thought of potentially screwing it all up. Emotionally, you're feeling the nervousness about approaching a new financial threshold. And subconsciously, what's happening is that you see yourself as a person who holds X amount of wealth. It's an identity. It feels familiar to you. You've experienced this in real life time and again. So this level of wealth is your comfort zone. It may be that this level of wealth is being close to zero and struggling to pay the bills. And even though that's objectively stressful, if this has been your reality for some time, then it will feel familiar and comfortable to you. And the subconscious mind loves to retain the status quo. It could even be that you have a subconscious limiting belief that people with money or rich people are greedy. And so your subconscious mind is trying to protect you from becoming someone that you don't respect by limiting the amount of wealth that you accumulate. In the energetic spiritual arena, your energetic frequency is radiating a specific level of wealth, the one that you've been experiencing up to this point. You don't yet hold the energetic frequency of greater wealth. And so when you experience it through the winning streak, your entire system rejects it. Your mind, emotions, and actions all conspire to return you to that financial comfort zone. So you blow up your winning streak, you give back your profits, and you return to the previous level of wealth or size of your trading account. So we've looked at how tying your self-worth to your trading results and how your wealth identity set point can cause you to sabotage a winning streak. But there's one more root cause that's really important to consider, and this is one that most traders don't expect. It's not a fear of failure, it's actually a fear of success. It sounds counterintuitive, but actually it's a really common cause of trading indiscipline. And it happens when your subconscious mind associates a threat with success. In the physical arena, things can look very similar to how we described them in the other two scenarios. You're breaking your rules, you're taking low quality setups, you're hesitating, you're acting in ways that guarantee that your winning streak will end. In the mental arena, it would appear as if you're fully committed to sustaining the streak. You're telling yourself to keep up your performance. You're trying to stay disciplined. You might even be increasing the pressure on yourself to sustain the streak. You become increasingly focused on the P&L with each successive win. In the emotional subconscious arena, it's a completely different story. This is where you're putting the brakes on your winning streak. Just because your conscious mind wants to make all the money and has the intentions of sticking to your plan, it doesn't mean that your subconscious mind is playing ball. Your subconscious is very concerned with keeping you safe and helping you survive. And while that drive is a very noble one, your subconscious mind often employs outdated and ineffective means to achieve this. If your subconscious perceives there to be a threat with becoming more profitable or more successful, then it will cause you to break your trading rules to maintain the status quo, to pull you back into that safe territory. Examples of threats that your subconscious mind might perceive with being more profitable or more successful include the jealousy of family, friends, or partners as you become more successful. Maybe it's the threat of the additional responsibility that comes with greater wealth, or it could even be the threat of having to give up the underdog identity that's kept you motivated for so long. In the spiritual energetic arena, you're attuned to the familiar level of success. If we think of this in law of attraction terms, your inner calibration, so your thoughts, your emotions, and actions, are all geared towards maintaining the status quo. And the winning streak sits outside of this frequency, and so your system tries to correct it. You unconsciously create the circumstances that will blow up the winning streak and return you to the comfortable, familiar level of success. That wraps up the 3 common root causes of blowing up a winning streak: tying your self-worth to your trading results, your wealth identity set point, and your fear of success. Now you can understand why the common fixes that people suggest don't work. Changing your strategy because your performance suddenly dips, or telling yourself to just stick to the plan, will never be enough to permanently end the pattern. You need to decode and transform the subconscious root causes of the behavior. If you're an experienced trader and you're ready to permanently end indiscipline and inconsistency in your trading, then my Go Deep to Level Up Your Trading program will give you the blueprint and the tools to do this. Inside the program, you will learn the mental conditioning system that will help you to win the battle in every arena, regardless of what type of trading psychology challenge that you're facing. And if you're not yet ready for the full solution, that's okay. You can check out my free on-demand trading psychology masterclass. This is a 50-minute training that unpacks these concepts in more depth and that will show you how professional traders start mastering their mental game. That's it for this video. Trade well, and I'll see you in the next one.